Hey everyone, James here from James E Paints. Welcome back to the channel. I've been away for a while. I took a little bit of a vacation and I went to Greece. I went to some ancient sites there, which kind of tie into the miniature I'm going to show you here, this little command stand. So let's talk about that, and I'll talk a little bit and show a couple of cooler photos I took on my trip later on in the video if you're interested to see them. There'll be timestamps below. So here we got a Spartan command stand from Warlord Games. The Spartan General figures here, or maybe they're the Spartan Kings, they are metal. They are from Warlord, and the figure here in the center, the old man slaughtering a ram, is a resin figure that came with an SPQR supplement of some sort. I don't know. I bought the figure individually. It was without the supplement itself. So, yeah, just I really always liked the Spartan General figures, and judging from the fact that they don't seem to be armored and they got the sort of capes on, I would probably put them in maybe 4th century BC, maybe. I did change out the spear here. The one that came with it was pretty bent, so I just chopped it off and I put a Victrix one here. And then I did a little bit more detailing on the lambda on the shield here, because there was only the one shield. I didn't have to make them look uniform, so I thought, why not? I'll do a little bit jazzy stuff on it. Real easy to paint, as you can see. There's on the actual generals. There's probably only about maybe 5-6 colors tops. You got the cloak, you got the flesh, you got the hair, the bronze helmet and things like that, and the shield. As for the guy here slicing open the goat here, and I'll take some photos so you can maybe see some of these figures a little bit more clearly. He was resin. He painted up really, really well. Again, not a lot of colors. And it was a lot of fun to paint this guy up. I tried to make him look a little bit older. I really got into the details on this guy. I don't know if it'll come through in the video or in the photos, but yeah, it was a blast to paint. I gave him some liver spots on his head and things like that. The little makeshift altar here and the rock in the back are actually rocks from Greece. It's from the last time I went there. They're from the Acropolis pathway up to the top there. So I got more rocks this time. So yeah, I'm going to take some snaps of these guys, and then I'm going to show you some snaps of some pretty cool places I went in Greece. And then that'll be it for this video. So guys, let's check out the photos. As I mentioned, it was only a handful of colors for each of these guys. So anyway, I primed them brown, and then I did the flesh, and then I did the cloaks, and then the hair. And then the metallics, I made sure that I did use different water. I didn't want the sparkles getting all over the place. The base I cut myself, and it was a little fun project to do. You know, a little bit of a vignette here. You know, they're going to take the auspices before a battle. You know, waiting for this old guy to, you know, get this goat done, and they'll probably roast the damn thing, I think, after the battle. So hopefully it'll jazz up the table, you know, and I'll roll well. You know, hopefully the auspices will be good. As to be expected, as soon as I go on holiday, I get sick. So the first handful of days, I was just hanging around watching, you know, Albanian Lord of the Rings or whatever this was. We were in Korfu. We got a lot of TV channels from Albania. But then we went to Delphi. This is the Airbnb we stayed at. This tiny, cool little village. Reminded me of the village in Kelly's Heroes. Super narrow streets, super steep streets. I don't know how people can drive there. Here's the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. You couldn't actually go down there. We were more, they've got it off limits, I guess, but there is a museum, and they do have things like this, these helmets and weapons and spearheads and things like that, shield offerings, some pretty amazing stuff, statues. We've got this thing here that kind of ties into the goat getting its throat slit, but being from North America, being from Canada, and not growing up in this kind of environment, it was absolutely breathtaking. The valley, the sheer slopes, you can see the sort of iron deposits in the rocks. There's rocks everywhere, so if you're doing an ancient Greek hoplite army or hoplites army, you got to make sure you got lots of little rocks all over the place. The one thing that was kind of, I mean, we went in the off season, so it wasn't that crowded, but my God, the Italian junior high school kids were the most obnoxious people on planet Earth. They all have main character syndrome. I guess that's the only way you could put it. I mean, it's just the shouting and stuff. That was the one thing. I'm turning into my father complaining about this, by the way. But yeah, that aside, it was absolutely fantastic. 100% recommend. We took the ferry back to Korfu, and that was a little bit of an adventure as well. So once back in Corfu, the weather was kind of so-so, but we did get to go some places. This is Angelo Castro. It is on the west coast of Corfu. I didn't take that photo. When we went, it was cloudy. You can see Italy, and then you can look the other way, and you can see mainland Greece and Albania. So it was actually really cool. I used my time team watching skills, and I found a couple of pieces of old pottery from whatever, a couple hundred years ago. I don't know how old, but yeah, I was pretty stoked about that. Indiana Jones, watch out. And there was a little chapel up there, these little Orthodox chapels, which have these beautiful icons and things inside of them, and they're everywhere, and they're just fascinating, to me. But it was a trip well spent. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Have a good one. Keep those brushes moving, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thanks.